try out a new kind of video today to rally the YouTube tarot community together, and so that we can find the really great channels here of readers on YouTube. I know it's getting really hard to find the great channels now. You do a search and there's a lot of new channels that pop up. But when you're trying to find that channel, that person that you used to watch, it's really tricky. So I thought this kind of video might be a good way to get the community together so that we can find those great channels. So this is a tarot tag video. What I'm going to do is ask 21 questions. I'm going to answer these questions so you can get to know me and my channel better. And I'm inviting all of the tarot readers that I tag in this video to make the same kind of video and ask the same questions. I've left the questions in the description box below so that you can make your own. Tag me along in that video too, or whoever has tagged you in their video, and viewers as well. Tag your favorite channels in the comments as well. Invite them to do the same as well, so we can all start getting to know each other and finding each other's channels, because it's so tricky out there with the algorithm, you know. So here's the questions. Question 1, who are you and what do you do? So I'm Claire Louise Hay. I am a psychic medium, and so what I mean by that is I don't just kind of read tarot. I get messages or hear messages. I'm clairsentient, clairaudient. That means I can feel what the messages are that I need to relay. So it's given to me in a kind of a feeling kind of way, and then I translate that through my own experience of those feelings. And clairaudient as well. Sometimes I just hear things. And I'm actually a healer as well, so I can do energy work too. And on my YouTube channel, so I give private sessions only online now. I don't do it in person anymore, but only online. And I use my YouTube videos to show people how I work, and do a live show as well, so I can connect in with more of you on a one-to-one basis, because I work from home by myself, and so it's really nice. I do 3 lives a week, which is called Psychic Cafe, where I give those like 1-question readings in there. So come along sometime. It's a really nice community. So that's me, and that's what I do. Number 2, what's your favorite tarot deck? My favorite tarot deck at the moment is this deck. It's the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I'm really loving this at the moment. I love the artwork on it. I love how the cards kind of depict different things. I get a lot from the images on this tarot deck. Oh, the King of Wands is upside down. Yeah, they really speak to me. It really speaks to me, this deck, through the images especially. There's some decks that kind of don't do that, and some that do. So that's my favorite right now. Number 3, how did you get into tarot? Wow, this is a long story. Well, my dad bought a bookshop, a second-hand bookshop, from somebody else. It was one of those kind of bookshops where you can take your books back and kind of exchange them, and you get like a nominal amount back, and then you can pick some more books, kind of like a library but not. And you can also order new books in that place, and yeah, so it sold like some new books, some second-hand books. Anyway, when he got that shop, I started helping him out with it. And there was a cellar there with all of these books in it, right? So I went down one day. I'm like, okay, I'm going into the dungeons and check out what's down there. I went down there, and there was a tarot deck along with a workbook that went with it. And I'm like, this is mine. I'm taking this. I found some other treasures down there. I found some old books down there that were worth hundreds of pounds. It was in the UK, hundreds of pounds as well. So, and put them all on Amazon. I think it was Amazon, or was it eBay? No, I think it was eBay, and sold. Yeah, I've got up the online part of the bookshop to sell some of those rarer books as well. So that's how I got my first tarot deck, and that's how I first got into tarot. So that leads right into the next question, which is what was your first tarot deck? And it was the Mythic Tarot by Juliet Sharman Burke. That was my first tarot deck. That's along with the workbook, that's the deck that I found in that cellar. And to be honest, I started using it and reading the workbook, and I found it really hard to work with. It's not a deck that I would recommend to be a first deck for anyone. It kind of confused me because of the long stories, the mythic stories in there. And it kind of put me off tarot a little bit. I would use it for myself, but it was so long-winded and having to read the book and then having to try and figure out what it was trying to say. It didn't really work very well for me, but I was intrigued and I kept it, and I kept on using it. I still have it, but it's not with me now. It's in storage in Australia. So number 5, if you use Oracle decks too, which is your favorite deck? I do use Oracle decks too, of course. My favorite deck, my favorite Oracle deck. I think, you know what? I think it's this one. This is the Shamanic Healing Oracle. And the reason it's this one is, you know, I'm all into healing, right? Helping people heal, the inner work and all of that kind of stuff. Doing it for myself, I'm really into that, and I like helping people with that. This deck for me, it's got the deeper stuff. It's got that deeper stuff behind it. And so, you know, I don't know, there's just something about this deck where it can get me to the depths. There's another one here as well, and that does some of the deeper healing stuff too. I really like this. What's this one called? Can't remember what this one's called. Healing something, I don't know, but yeah, this one is definitely my favorite. You'll see that in my dailies and stuff, I do tend to pull one of these cards out to clarify what's really behind it. You know, this gets to the deeper stuff for me, this deck. So that's my favorite Oracle deck. Question 6, when did you go professional and why? It's kind of a long story, but I had a business. I'd started off my own business, Byron Bay Neurotherapy, where I was giving a very technical brain, psychological and neurological kind of a treatment to people. And what I'd do is I'd work from home, and I rented a treatment room in a big healing center to get me out there and kind of get me noticed a little bit more. And when I had that treatment room, there was a lot of other like healers, massage therapists, readers, that kind of thing, renting it. And so when it was quiet, we'd all sit around and we'd chat. Well, when we were sitting around and chatting, we were picking up the tarot decks and the oracle card decks, and we were doing readings for each other. And as I'm like picking them up and doing readings for people, the readers were saying, Claire, you're really good at this. You should offer it too. Well, that was me kind of hiding behind a more technological kind of a healing modality, and that I felt was more legit, you know what I mean? Wasn't woo out there kind of thing. And I was still using my gift to kind of tell people the messages that they needed. But putting myself out there as an actual reader, it felt a little bit like a step into the woo too far to me at first. But I added massage in because I would usually be quiet when the massage therapist would be busy. And so I got into massage. I did a course and got into that so that kind of the rooms were busy all the time. And yeah, eventually I'm like, okay, energy healings and tarot readings were added into that in person. I went from there to having my own shop, doing the neurotherapy, the massage, the readings and the healings. And before long, I'd be fully booked. There'd be people coming from far and wide to get readings with me, predominantly. And they couldn't get in with me because I'd be fully booked in that shop. And so what I started doing was put it on my website. I'd already had my behealing.com website to kind of help people to heal. And I just put a couple of buttons on there for readings, saying that I'd do them by the phone so people could like book in, that were trying to book in with me in the shop. And it just took off from there. And very soon after I did that, it's like, well, I don't need to be in the shop anymore. I can just work from home and do it all online. And so that's what got me, that was my progression into professional tarot. Number 7, what age did you realize your gifts? Very young, very, very young for me. For those of you that have been following my channel for a while, you might know a little bit of my background, especially if you come along to my live show, Psychic Cafe. But I had a very abusive childhood, and because of everything that I went through, I had to kind of withdraw. It caused me to withdraw, which is a lot of abuse can make you do that, kind of just go within and kind of put up with what's going on. It's kind of a way to deal with it. But when I was going within, I was chatting with what I thought then, because of my upbringing, as angels. I heard them as angels. I'd had a Catholic upbringing, and so angels seemed like what it must be, the entities that were kind of talking to me and helping me get through things and kind of bringing me up in a way. Now, so I had that gift of being able to hear them and all of that, which was essential to my survival, to be honest. And it was probably at about age 13, I'd say 13 or 14, when I realized that I could hear other people's stuff too. And the way it happened was when people ask rhetorical questions like, why did that happen to me? I would hear the answer. I wouldn't always tell them. It took me a while to get confident enough to tell them, but I always used to have people coming up to me and telling me their woo stories and their weird stories and about how they saw an angel. Like, it just, people would tell me that stuff, right? Even though I wouldn't like tell them up front that that was what I was about. I always seem to draw those kind of stories out of people. Number 8, what's your oldest tarot deck? Well, the oldest tarot deck that I've got now with me here in Thailand where I live is this one. It's the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. And I think I saw this on someone else's channel, someone using this, and I really liked the artwork on it. So I got this as my first tarot deck in Thailand. All my other tarot decks are in storage in Australia. But yeah, this is my first one now, and I don't use it anymore. Even though I love the cutesy kind of images on it, I don't really work very well with it. So yeah. Okay, number 9, what gifts do you have that you don't like? Clairvoyance. Now, I still have it, but it's tuned down a lot. It used to happen so much more to me. Clairvoyance. Seeing things that I don't want to see. I just used to be open, like this open channel, and I'd just get pestered all the time, and then I'd see things that would freak me out. Let's not forget, I was a victim of abuse too, and so I wasn't particularly calm. I was extremely sensitive, but also extremely very wounded, and so especially like in the evenings at night, I would be freaked out. I'd been attacked so many times, right? And so when I started to see these entities, it was too much for me. And I asked my guides, look, if you want me to do this work, you need to take that stuff away because that's too much for me. Every now and then it will happen now. But as soon as I made that kind of deal with my guides, like, look, I'm quite happy to use my gift to help people. I want to do that. Yeah, I'm all about that. But that part of it, it's too much for me. I don't like it. It freaks me out. It stresses me out. I've got to take care of me at the same time as I'm doing this. So remove that. And they did. They did straight away as well. So if you've got some gifts that you're not liking, have a word with your guides about it. Number 10, what deck has never worked for you? Okay, this. I can't even show it you. I mean, I can't show you any of the cards because nah. I thought, oh, this is a fun deck, a mood oracle, right? Could be very useful, like how's someone feeling and what mood are they in and all of that. Oh, no, no, no. There's no what the cards are like in here. They're not. They're quite rude. Chicken cat's going down there. Yeah, they're quite rude. I'm not going to show you anyway. They arrived. I looked through them and I was like, well, I'm not using them. Never worked for me. Number 11, what's your most rare deck? It's one of my favorites too. It's this, the Love Pack. The Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano. It's not in print anymore. That's why it is rare. It's this one that I use. It's the Love Oracle here. Absolutely gorgeous cards. I love it. And there's a lot in there too. Not all positive. Quite a lot of negative ones in there. It's a very useful oracle deck, this. Absolutely love it. Yeah. I believe that Chuck Spezzano has got another deck out there as well. I want that. It's out of print too, but if you see it around, please let me know or get it for me and send it to me. I would love the other deck from this. I wish they'd put them into print again, though. Anyway, if anyone knows Chuck Spezzano, then ask them to do that. Number 12, which deck do you still use, but you don't like much? Well, okay. This one, I don't know. This one, the Romance Angels. I don't like it. It doesn't work particularly well for me, but it has got some kind of messages in it that can kind of be useful. I use it every now and then. To be honest, I don't use it that much anymore. Yeah, this deck, it's not really for me. A lot of the first Oracle decks that I got were Doreen Virtue ones, and they kind of work well for me. But this one, I just kind of never got on with it really. But I still kind of use it. I haven't thrown it away, even though I kind of want to throw it away. To be honest, I kind of want to throw it away, but no, not going to do that. I'll still use it every now and then. Okay, 13 is which card in which deck always reminds you of someone in particular. It is the Devil card in this deck here. Let me find him. So I'll tell you the story. And it's my ex-boyfriend. Not that he's the devil or anything like that. It kind of looks like, here he is. It kind of looks like that, my ex. And there are characteristics, like devil card characteristics that he had. But whenever this one shows up in personal readings for me, it's him. It's my ex. We're still very good friends. And yeah, it's him. That's the one for me. So question 14, which card in which deck best represents your energy, my energy? I would like to say it's this Empress card out of the Muse Tarot, but it's not. I feel that that's my energy, but this is the card that it's like, yeah, that's me. This is from the Lightseer's Tarot, the Wheel of Fortune. That's me, that one. For some reason, that's just my energy. It's like, yeah, I own that one. That's me. Question 15. Which deck did you dislike at first, but now you love it? It's got to be this one for me. This is the Oracle, the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And here in Asia, I purchased it thinking that I was getting the original deck. It's actually a copy, which I don't like, so I've not got the book with it. And when I first started using it, I couldn't really get on with it. I couldn't really like figure out how to use it, and but then it grew on me, and then I can work with it really well now. I really tap into the energies very easily, and I love this deck, especially to find out where people are at, where their energy is at. It's a really cool deck for that. Question 16, which deck did you love at first, but now you dislike it? It's got to be this one. This is the Island Time Wellness cards and relationship cards. There used to be that many decks that were good for relationship cards. So I'd use this one and I really loved it. I'm like, oh, this is the best like relationship kind of deck. And then it just seemed to stop working for me. Like, it just seemed to be random, and I felt the untruth in it. Not the untruth in this deck, but for me as a reader working with it, I didn't believe the cards that were coming out. I have like a similar kind of a feeling about these Andromeda Disguise. Not that there's anything wrong with these decks at all, but just about them like working for me. Sometimes I can feel like there's too many negative cards in this. And when I've done a positive reading, sometimes when I pull these out, I'm like, it's not going to give me the truth. Sometimes I don't feel like these decks, these three in particular, Andromeda Skies, again, I don't have anything against them. Sorry for the makers of these. Like really, no, they're great decks. Get them. If they work for you, they work for you. But I just find not working for me, these ones. Number 17, what helps you get good at reading? What an interesting question. Reading for others, just practice, doing it over and over and over and over and over again. Not so much reading for myself, because I find that kind of difficult, and I think most readers do, because we tend to read what we want to read into it, right? But reading for someone else, and I'll tell you what, just when I switched online, that was best for me, just online, because when someone books in with me online, I don't know anything about you. I've got a name, I've got an email address or whatever to send the reading to, but I don't know you. Generally, I don't know you, and I can't make any judgments about you. So the information that comes through is pure, right? It's pure. I put it out there. I can't, if I'm sat in front of somebody and I pull some cards out and I think, oh, that's like pretty important information. And, you know, I'm thinking all of this in a split second. this person doesn't look like that would be right for them. And I start second guessing myself and kind of making judgments based on appearance. And I think we all do that, right? But I can't do that when I'm online because I don't have them in front of me. And so for me, it's really pure. And that doing that and just writing it anyway, you know, it's like I type my readings out. So well, I'm getting this information through, so I'm giving it to them. And then all of the confirmation messages that I got back from people saying, thank you, I really needed to hear that. It's exactly what's going on. All of the confirmation just made me realize this is what I need to do. I need to tell the full truth. And I know sometimes people are a little bit scared of getting readings with me for that, because my readings can be a call out often of what is what you're not facing up to and all of that. So sometimes people are a bit scared to get readings with me, but that's what is really, it's just like practice and doing it and doing it when I can't make judgments about that person. That's what made me get really good at trusting the information that was coming through, so I can kind of be a clear channel like that. Number 18, how many decks do you have? Wow. Well, here in Thailand, I've lived here in Thailand for 7 years now. Let me see. I'll just do a quick count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 that I have here around me. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 52 here. And I've got a couple of bags of them in the cupboard there. So probably about 70 tarot decks, and that's just here. In storage in Australia, I'd say I have like another 20, perhaps 30 in there. So I'm well over 100. Number 19, what made you start your YouTube channel? I started my YouTube channel many years ago as just a receptacle to put videos online. It was before, you know, you could put videos on Facebook and stuff like that. And so if I wanted to like share a video, I'd be putting it on my YouTube channel. So that's when I started it. Then, I don't know what year that was. It was a very long time ago. And I started making regular-ish videos, not regular like I do now, but regular-ish videos on it, just to share like some of my wisdom kind of thing. But it's very sporadic. That would be around year 2012, I guess. I started posting more. I started making courses and stuff like that and housing them here on YouTube as well. I started doing lives. Oh no, I was doing webinars. I don't think there was lives here on YouTube then, so I do webinars. But yeah, it was just kind of promotional stuff, nothing solid really. But it was about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, where I'm like, no, YouTube is really powerful, and I need to be using it to find my new customers kind of thing, to put my stuff out there. And that's when I started doing the daily readings, the pick a card reads and all of that kind of thing. And so, and I realize now, because it kind of evolved like that, it's a very old channel that evolved like that, probably not the best for the algorithm looking back, but because I see like the new channels really take off, you know, doing the same amount of work, the same amount of videos that I do. It's really taking off, whereas mine isn't in the same way because it's an old channel. Hence doing this video as well, is to help older channels that have kind of evolved compete with the new channels that are helped by the algorithm way more than they should be, based on the content kind of thing, the content and the, you know, the information and the quality of the readings in there as well. 20, what's your favorite kind of reading? I like so many of them, but I tell you what, for my YouTube channel, I really do like the pick a card reads. I like that I'm just kind of picking up on energies, picking up on stories in that, you know, with the crystal, the flower and the shell. when I first started doing those, it got me so excited. It's like, this is a really fun way of showing people my readings. And it's really fun for me because the energies that I'm picking up on, it's like, I don't know, some kind of collective group of you that are those crystals and the flowers and the shells. And it's just so interesting to pick up on those energies. So that's kind of the most fun for me, making those pick a card reads. I really love that. And finally, question 21. And now this one's for you, viewers. This is the viewer's question. So what question wasn't asked in this video that you'd like to ask? It's your turn, viewers. Put it in the comments. You can ask me, what question did I miss out? What question would you really like to ask me? And I'll answer in the comments. So that's it. Leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for doing this. Any of you tarot readers, if you've got a YouTube channel, please make this video too. Put it out there. Tag me in it. Would love to see what your channel's all about. Send people your way and all of that. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching as well. Do like, share, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that would be great if you could do that, and check other people's channels out below as well. If you've got favorite channels, tell them about this video, get them to do it too, or invite them to do it too, and that would be really nice to share that love. And let's get this tarot community on YouTube really pulling together, you know, as a collective. I would love to do more collabs like this, so let me know what you would like to see, and we'll do all of that. So that's me, that's my questions. I would love for a lot other people to get involved with this video too, and have the best day ever. Bye.